Okay. We are going with one of these here, complimentary Hello Fresh. It is roasted pork tenderloin. And I am going verbatim to the instructions like I'm an idiot and I don't know how to cook. So, what we've done here, it says roasted potatoes. It comes with potatoes. They're beautiful little, golden little potatoes. Of course, Lynn said I put too much olive oil. It says chunk them, toss on a baking sheet with a drizzle of olive oil. Well, I had a little more than a drizzle. Pinch of salt and pepper. Well, my pinch is pretty big. Anyways, so I need to toss in the oven, which is preheated to 450 degrees. Right there. It just buzzed. Okay. Mr. Potato. Okay. All right. Now we got to set the timer 25 minutes. If I can get that to work. Oh, that's 50. We need to go 12 and a half because it said to flip after halfway. So, there we go. Okay. Then, that's roast potatoes. It says to prep. Meanwhile, we need to have, peel, and dice the gut-wrenching onion. There it is. It's not Vidalia. Mince or grate the garlic, which I have not done yet, which I will fixin' to do. Trim in half the zucchini lengthwise. Slice crosswise into half-inch thick half moons. Boom. I think I got that covered. Then, oh, the lemon. I'm supposed to have the lemon. There's the lemon. Okay, and then roughly chop the cilantro. Well, all of this stuff comes in this neat little bag / package. So, since I'm no good at this camera stuff, you get to look at me. Well, I'll probably angle it a little bit. While I mince, chop the garlic. And we'll do like they do on the chef show. They rock the knife back and forth until they get into perfectly large chunks. So the lemon says to have it. But it doesn't say, do you cut it in half this way or cut it in half this way? Because I don't know the purpose yet of the lemon. So, we're going to leave that for later. Then, we have our cilantro. It says, roughly chop it. Well, to me, that's roughly chopped. So, trash. So, rock the knife back and forth like you do the garlic. You hear that? That's a chef in training. And how you roughly chop a flat-leafed lettuce-like material, I don't know. But I'm going to call that roughly chopped. Rinse that off. Next, we have some pork that we need to sear. So, we're going to move that cutting board over. Pork tenderloin. Okay, it says, pat pork dry with paper towels. Season all over with salt and pepper. Heat a drizzle of olive oil in a large pan over medium-high heat. Okay. That. Large pan. Medium-high. I guess that would mean 7. And I need to cut this little rascal open with a proper cutting utensil. Alrighty. Did not say what brand of paper towels. So we're gonna go with this fancy paper towel. We will pat it. I don't know how hard you're supposed to pat it. But that, I'm going to stand it there. You don't need to be looking at the knife handle. Okay. Well, apparently my knife job didn't work. I only got the outer edge. Ah, that's some shit. Okay. Oops. Trash goes in the trash bag. Okay, we got a pork tenderloin here. Oh, there's 2. Huh, fancy. Pat dry. This is patting dry. Okay. Alrighty. Then rinse off that. Get rid of that juice out of it. I'm running out of cutting boards here. Then I need to season it. Olive oil. Alrighty. We have extra virgin. Well, a little bit more than a drizzle. Because you know how I like. Oh. Okay. Season it. I think since we're in the process of patting dry, we'll lay it out on more of these expensive Suave paper towels. And we shall season. But salt, I didn't recommend what salt. We use a coarse ground sea salt in this neighborhood. So a little of that and pepper. Coarse ground pepper. Oh, that's a little heavy, but that's okay. Then, for the other side, I'm going to go outside the boundaries. Tony's Creole seasoning, because this is a steady go-to. A little heavy dose of that on there, doesn't hurt anybody. Alrighty, so it says, add pork and cook, turning occasionally until browned all over, 4 to 8 minutes total. Turn off heat. Alright. I'm checking to make sure the pan is of correct temperature. It seems to be. Do the water test. Not of quite hot temperature yet. So, we shall amuse. We will read ahead. It says, toss onion, and zucchini on one side of separate baking sheet with a drizzle of olive oil and pinch of salt. Now we're getting complicated. I've dirtied some dishes here. So I've got a baking sheet with the potatoes in there. I've got a cutting board with my coarse ground cilantro, my 1/2-inch chopped onions, my half-round zucchinis sitting on a cutting board. Now I have to come up with another baking pan and toss that aside with some olive oil, salt, and pepper. And I need to put the cooked pork on the opposite side. And roast it in the oven. 12 to 15 minutes. Then I get to make this demi-glaze, which we're not going to shoot ahead for that right yet because it talks about giving us butter, or we have to use butter, but they didn't supply butter. This is supposed to be a meal in a bag. We got 3 minutes left on potatoes till I have to roast them or turn them. So I need to get a baking pan so I can put my select vegetables on it. Let us check the oil again for consistency. Oh, yes. I think we're good. We'll set that in the pan as directed. It did not say center, left, right. It said in the pan. Alrighty, baking dish. I'll be right back. Said baking dish. And out of foil. New roll of foil. Anybody that knows me, I go through foil and wax paper like it's going out of style. I don't like to dirty dishes. So, on this episode of Cooking with Martha, gently basking the olive oil to caress the pork tenderloins. And as we gently, as you can hear, it is gently wrap the baking sheet with our aluminum foil product. And now, the picture of the vegetables does not look possible because that's not what we're going to do. I will show you what we're going to do. Everything fell off. Okay, we're going to gently cascade. I think that was the term. Bunch everything up on the side of it. Okay. Okay. It didn't say to mix it. So I don't know how you're going to get a complete mixture of cilantro, onions, and zucchini. Then, a gentle drizzle of EVOO. Anyways, gentle schmental. There's my timer to flip my potatoes over, my tenderloin, I flipped. Oh! Glasses steam up in the whatever. Okay, now a utensil to gently rotate the potatoes while not grabbing a hold of the hot baking sheet. People actually pay money. People actually pay money for these prep meals. And I just don't understand we're getting rid of one piece of the foil because it didn't work. Okay. We've somewhat tossed the potatoes and gently spread them out accordingly to go back in a 450-degree oven for an additional 12.5 minutes. 12.5 or 13 as you want to round it up instead of 19. Okay. Now, the pork tenderloin we're supposed to grill on all edges. Well, it's a rectangle and a round blob. I don't know how we're supposed to get all edges, but it's warm. We're going to go ahead and gently test it. Okay, I still haven't figured out where the lemon goes. Oh, apparently I was not supposed to put the cilantro in with everything else. That's number 6. It says to drizzle with pan sauce and garnish with cilantro. So, I guess it don't matter. We're getting roasted cilantro with this meal. Okay. Let's see. Any brown bits? This is how you make the pan sauce. Melt 1 tablespoon of butter in pan used for pork over medium heat. Add garlic and cook until fragrant. Once again, garlic is supposed to wait till the end. It's not supposed to go with the zucchini and the onions. Not very clear on these. Apparently you're supposed to read the instructions prior to doing anything. Whereas I'm taking them verbatim. One by one, thinking this is for idiots. Apparently, there's an idiot in the camera. I never learned to read the instructions beforehand, and yet to learn it now. You know, you'd think a man of 26 years old would know to read, but hey. We're just going with it. We're going to see. I might have to send this recipe back to the company and say, look, this is the way you do it. So, here's the lemon juice. Stir in the demi-glaze, half cup of water, which they did not provide. Scraping up any brown bits. Simmer until slightly reduced, 3 to 4 minutes. Turn off heat, season with pepper. How much pepper, and squeeze lemon juice. Okay. Divide, this is the served part. Alright, how long we're supposed to put that in the damn oven? 12 to 15 minutes. Okay. Squeeze the lemon. So only half the lemon we're supposed to use. Okay. Well, we're stirring until brown this pork tenderloin. But then I'm supposed to, how am I supposed to have 2 ovens? Okay, I guess I don't put this stuff in until my potatoes are done. But what do I do with the potatoes? Oh, divide the potatoes, onions, and zucchini between plates. Season with salt and pepper, top with a squeeze of lemon juice to taste. Supposed to taste everybody's plate, I guess. Slice pork crosswise, then arrange on top of potatoes and veggies. Drizzle with pan sauce. You want to know a secret? Get a big old steak, season it up right, throw it on the barbecue, and eat it. Just eat it. Throw a potato on there, throw a corn on the cob on there. Hell, if you want to use it, put the corn or the potatoes in the microwave and eat it. All this stuff, bull crap. Drives me insane. These people pay money for this. In this said complimentary box, we have 2 more meals to prepare this particular way. There's no telling what's going to happen. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I'm going to ad lib. We got 6 minutes left on potatoes. I'm going to ad lib here. I'm going to move the potatoes to the lower rack. Move our tenderloin, which is warm. We're going to move it to the top rack and put our tenderloin and vegetables in there. I would assume it's still supposed to be 450 degrees. Doesn't say. For 12 to 15 minutes. So, timer off on. We will go average of 12 to 15 will be, we'll say 14 minutes. And shall we make our glaze? No, we won't make our glaze yet because it'll take me shorter. It'll only take 3 to 4 minutes to simmer. I guess I could make it now. Maybe I will. On what heat? Medium heat. Okay, I would assume medium means M-E-D. So, we'll put that back on there. And it requires a tablespoon of butter. And we shall call that Blue Bonnet Margarine. And 1 tablespoon. Looks like a tablespoon to me. In a giant's world. Okay. Add garlic. Well, anyways. We're going to add lib. We'll add garlic powder to the butter. Because that's where we float. Because they weren't clear. And cook until fragrant. 1 to 2 minutes. Scraping any chunk off the bottom of the pan. That's scraping, gently scraping drippings from the pan. And I need to prepare it ahead. I need 1 cup Oh, stir in demi-glaze and half a cup of water. I'm videoing this, my sweet, just so you know. I'm going verbatim.
Okay. Obviously, this is one that we have. I mean, sesame.
That's my lovely angel in here. I had to inform her that I'm screwing this up by book. See, that's more of the cracklings. You can hear them crackling. We're making as Gordon Ramsay would say, that's fucking hideous.
You got it, baby. You got it.
We got this. We're making some sort of menagerie here. We don't know what we're doing. That's me and my other personality. But I know one thing. My lady's gonna be blowing snot out her nose when she watches this whole video. Okay. Now, that's been 1 to 2 minutes. We need half a cup of water and okay. And my demi-glaze. Okay, we put the water in there. Hear that? This sizzle. Now we got this demi-glaze, which, oh, hey, there's a little pouch slot. We're gonna squeeze that ooze, whatever the hell that is. It doesn't really look edible, but hey, we're going verbatim here, you know? Okay, then I need to stir that in, simmer until slightly reduced. Guess you'd have to read on Googly what slightly reduced means. Is that liquid? Is that like stiff gravy? But I do know one thing. I need more garlic in there because I don't smell it. It says until fragrant. So we're gonna add some more in there because I didn't smell fragrant. Okay. Now scrape up this. What do they call them? We're scraping up the browned bits. And we're going to allow it to simmer. I have to say, this has made one hell of a damn mess. Okay. Season with pepper. Oh, I didn't put pepper in there. Nothing better. You don't do pepper after the fact. You do pepper while it's cooking. These people. I'll make my own cooking show. I'll make my own. I'm telling. Like I said earlier.